No, no camera. You can come in. Okay. All right, love you. Okay. So, secondarily, the other part of the process is I try to use like a three-act structure when it comes to doing replay analysis. So we're not going to watch the whole game. Um,
Perfect. Yeah.
Act one is kind of like the setup. It's going to be like we talk about the drafting, the laning. Act two is going to be more of the mid-game movements and objective taking, and then the final act is like the resolution, the high ground, the sieging, closing out the game.
Okay.
So, starting with that, we're going to go back to the grow framework. So, with that in mind, let's hit the G and grow. What is your main goal for this specific session? You know, are you trying to fix flame mechanics, or do you envision yourself gaining more MMR? Where are you here? What are you trying to get out of
Yeah.
this?
Like for sure, I think like MMR is always the main goal, and I think if we're gonna get a little bit more specific about it, um, I'm sure there's a ton of things I could improve on in every facet of the game, but um, something that I've noticed that I've struggled a bit with is probably farming. Like I a little bit of background. I played Dota quite a bit, like before medals were out or anything like that, and I
Mm-hmm.
played a lot of offlane. And back then, offlane was not. You didn't farm. Like you just begged for a blink dagger, you know. And then nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
everything's a lot more farming focused. So I
Yes.
think that I do need to work on farming efficiency. Like sometimes I'll see I do well in lane and come out highest net worth, and then 20 minutes, 10, 20 minutes later, I'm just falling off the leaderboard, just not
Mm-hmm.
farming efficiently while trying to like help the team as much as possible.
I will definitely say Pos 3 is one of the weirder roles when it comes to
Hmm.
like understanding the cues in the game on when you should be farming and when you should be fighting. A lot of that will do based on like your hero specifically and like your timings. For example, Slardar obviously his biggest timing is like the blink and then
Hmm.
like BKB and then Axe. So it's like
Okay.
kind of like the core items that you kind of play around with Slardar specifically. But I definitely get
Yeah.
what you're saying. Um, so let's try to number one maybe come with a goal in mind is you want to be able to come out well farmed in the first 10 minutes. So, I mean, you don't always have the best lane and off lane. So, like, I think for maybe pause 1 or 2, you definitely want to have like 60 last hits by the first 10 minutes. I will
Okay.
say, let's set at least 50 for the off lane. I mean, it's definitely possible. You definitely have matchups where you can get 50 or more.
Yeah.
Let's try to make it a minimum of like 50 by the first 10 minutes, and then by the second the 20 minutes mark, you want to have at least maybe 115, if not like 120 plus.
Okay.
Um, but that's just like a easy margin, just so you can look at yourself while you're playing, how many lessons you have, look at the game time, and kind of decide like what should your focus be, farm or like fighting. You can kind of use that as a general metric there. Uh,
Okay.
Moving on past that, so it's going to be the first act, which is the draft check. So, like going into this game, you're Slardar. You have a PA carry, a Lich in your lane, Venos hard support, and versus a AM Sky. I think it's what Axe, Witch Doctor, and a Quap mid. Correct.
Yep. I believe that's exactly it.
Yeah. So in this game, what is your job? Are you the initiator, the tower hitter, the backline jumper? What do you do?
I think like I into the draft I was picking and it was only Sky and Wish Doctor showing. So and we had I think Veno and Lich. Lich does have a bit of disable, but not too much. So I can in my head I was like, oh, we need somebody that can disrupt Wish Doctor's ultimate for sure and get close the distance on the Skywrath mage. That was definitely my
Mhm.
initial thought.
Definitely a good idea. I would agree that like so. I think out of those things I named, I think the backline jumper um
Yes.
is kind of like the biggest thing. You're kind of like the initiator as well in some cases, but like I think in this game it's very hard to initiate on them. Just like
Hmm.
just running at them 5v5 like, is like hard to jump on them. Reason being the you're gonna like hard commit. You have the Axe Call to like counter initiate, the Wish Doctor, the Quap, the AM Blink. So it's kind of like a you want to jump the back line, but not necessarily always start the fight. You're kind of
Right.
looking for the right opportunity to jump on this guy, to jump on the Wish Doctor, like you said, close those gaps and kind of get those um, big team fighters out of the fight.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely a good mindset there, good focus there. What is the threats on the enemy team? Who kills you?
Definitely Wish Doctor Ultimate if I don't keep that in check, and an Axe Call could before having eggs or anything into like the Skywrath Mage Ultimate.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's
But I feel like Wish Doctor is always my biggest worry.
yeah. That's the head on the nail. That's exactly what I wrote. I wrote down X call plus the Wish Doctor or the Sky ulti. So basically any
Yeah.
call into like one of the supports ultimate or being kited by multiple slows because they have like the Quab Dagger, the Battle Hunger, the Skywrath slow from super far. So just like being kited, is kind of just how you
Hmm.
die in this game.
Yeah. It's kind of I don't know if it's like a good or a bad game to pick because like you'll see like this game was going absolutely horrendously. So I was like I wish I could have picked a replay that would like display like my skill a bit more, but maybe it would be beneficial for you to like show how I could have played better.
Sure. I
Just with a really tough lane, and then like I was making some quite a few mistakes trying to catch up in the middle as well.
Yeah, I think this game was very interesting to say the least. Like
Yeah, it was a weird example.
I could not see how you guys were winning this game. Like even like to, like I was like
Yeah,
99% done with the replay. I'm like, how do you guys win?
yeah.
You win the
That's how I
last.
was. I feel
Yeah,
like that's kind of how I was in the game.
I definitely understand.
So
Um,
yeah, maybe like the late game throws are a bit bizarre, but for sure there's like the lane. I felt the lane was so hard, and it would be good to get some insight and to see like what I can do in a situation like that a bit better.
sure. So moving on. So that's kind of the draft check. Next is like the item check. So like, who are you laying against?
Sky AM, so I wanted the wand right off the bat.
Hmm. Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I think maybe the only different consideration I have is maybe just taking a mango to start with in this lane,
Okay, yeah.
just because you're versus the AM. So what do you think about the AM Slardar matchup?
It's like usually I love the matchup. Usually it's really good because you can maybe level Bash a bit more and then just man fight him if he gets close. And that was kind of what I was hoping to do going into this, but then it kind of just got off to a really bad start, so I ended up playing very defensively. But for the most part, if you're playing around, um, like using your magic wand and yeah, like a mango and clarities, and then you have your bashes, it seems like you can really
Hmm.
punish him if he gets close.
Yeah, definitely. I agree there. So that's part of like why having that mango just to start off with. So like immediately you kind of want to like take the reign of the lane out the
Hmm.
door if you can.
Yeah.
So I think like the level one wave was very important here in this matchup, somewhat. It was a little bit tough because you took a big fight for the first blood, and you
Yeah.
guys did end up killing the AM. However, you came to lane with like almost like no mana. Let me go back a bit. Very
Yeah,
very
I
low
noticed that right
resource.
away. The fight was going on for so long, and he was already respawned and TP'd to the lane, and I kind of knew that that was probably more beneficial for him.
Yeah, the fact that he died was a little bit more beneficial because he just came back full resources. Like
Yeah.
honestly, at this point, it's like almost better for you just to walk back home
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
just so you can come to lane with full resources. It's a trade off. Like personally, a lot of times I would do what you do. I would just go to the lane and like thug it out.
Yeah.
But it's just when you come to lane, you're just not able to really do anything. You're not able to actively participate in the lane, and like you are almost never full resources in this lane just off the
Right.
start of the lane. Small things is like here, I think you're already like almost out of mana. So I would just like trade with him when he actually starts hitting you, like here.
Yeah.
He's like in between your creeps, so all your creeps start hitting him
Okay.
immediately. So
Yeah.
like this is a good trade for you, just because you're gonna have like five bodies hitting him, and his creeps
Right.
are too far away to even hit you. So like,
Okay.
I know you're worried about losing mana, but you already like have no mana, so you kind of
Yeah.
like play with the cards that you have at that point.
I think I was kind of like tunnel visioned on getting that deny there too. Probably wasn't even focusing on how close he was to me.
Mhm. Yeah, so I mean, getting denies and everything is right in this lane. I'm not gonna talk too much about the lane just because, like I said, it's very off to a hard start. I think getting clarity also is not best here. I think you just
Okay.
need the mango,
Yeah,
honestly,
that's
right
so
away.
true. Yeah.
I think you're getting most of it out, which is like nice, but it's like you have to be so defensive and like you can't just pop it when you need to.
Hmm.
But like all of this is fine. You want to just keep the lane here coming back. So I think the one thing I will say about this lane is I think you finish your magic wand before getting boots. I believe is what
Okay.
happens.
This Skywrath mage felt so oppressive. I was like, not used to. I think I got it. I gained quite a bit of MMR recently, and I feel like the
Yeah,
level of the level of like the skill level's
abuse.
gone up quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot. You get punished a lot more often. The higher you go by
Yeah,
small
like
stuff. Like
usually skies are like I don't know. You can close the distance and just destroy him, but then this guy was playing very a lot better than I'm used to.
yeah, so like the problem in this matchup is that you have like a lich support, and he has like 550 attack range. This guy has 625 attack range. So like he's like hitting farther, and he's also
Yeah.
325 movement speed, and your lich is like 290. So
Oh,
like
I see.
it's very hard for your lich to really deal with him, and it's very
Hmm.
hard for you to deal with him as well because you're just slow. So like if you don't have the sprint or you don't have boots, you're never touching this guy.
Yeah.
So that's like the hardest thing about this lane, and that's kind of what you have to identify is like how playable is your lane. Or like 2v2 is like it's very hard for 2v2. Or like he can't 1v1 him, but you can 1v1 the AM. So it's
Right.
like what's gonna end up happening is your Skyrav is gonna bully the Lich, and then he's gonna turn into 2v1 against you.
Right.
I think this is fine. I think it's like very like you're already in a hard situation, so I think going for this trade is fine. Did you not get the Lotus? Oh no. Wow.
Yeah. I ran off. Maybe I should have man fought him a bit more.
So I think like right away you should like you had like a little bit mana left. Like right away you need to stick and then like W and then you
Okay.
try trading with the AM. Cause like he doesn't trade very well with you.
Yeah.
He trades like okay, but like he doesn't really want to fight you because you have bash and like he already burned all
Yeah.
your mana. So he's not
Yeah.
not
He's not
really
hitting hard, right? Yeah.
yeah he's not hitting that hard. Like all he's doing is slowing you at this point.
Hmm.
But that's fine. All of this is so like hard because you were like never full resources in this lane still at this point.
Right.
It's like at this point, I think you just go back to base, honestly.
Run back.
Yeah, like maybe you try to see if like there's more creeps coming here, but like you just go back to base because like you're not touching creeps this whole time.
Right.
So if you're not touching creeps, you're like not really doing anything. Like you're
Yeah.
soaking some XP, but like you're a Slardar. What you have to understand about your hero is that you don't have a lot of impact while farm.
Right.
Your abilities like are knight like they're okay, but you're not a axe. You know you're not even axe with these items though. Like not the best example. You're not an Earthshaker. You know like an Earthshaker, all he has to do is press R Tidehunter, all he has to do is
Yeah.
press R. Same thing with Mars, you know. So like this type
Axe has a Vanguard in 4 minutes. Is that crazy?
that that is kind of ridiculous. I mean, he doesn't have any
Yeah.
other items,
Yeah.
and he's versus a PA. So like it kind of makes sense. PA really can't do
Okay.
anything. Is PA like Witch Doctor? This is like a very oppressive
Yeah, it's
lane.
tough.
And they get Battle Hunger into Maledict, and they can't really fight.
Hmm.
But yeah. So this is also rough here. I'm not sure who stacked that camp there. So like I want to pretend that you have more resources for
Hmm.
the sake of education.
Okay.
So if you have more resources, you don't feel as bad being bullied. You can like walk up here
Yeah.
and abuse aggro. So like
Keep pulling. Yeah.
your main goal in this lane is if you can't bully AM, which is like you're having a hard time doing that, your main focus should just be farm.
Okay.
So if your main focus is farming, that means that you need to do everything you can to keep the equilibrium around here, so that way at least you can like get creeps while dying. So your main thing is just trying to like walk up here and pull the aggro back, and then like
Okay.
walk to the side, and then walk back up, pull aggro. Walk back to the side, and like you just kind of like keep on rinse repeating that until you can like bring it back over here.
Yeah. I feel like that we could have done something if that Skywrath there. That Lich was playing pretty careful as well. He was very low.
It's very hard like until you have like boots. I think
Right.
it's like maybe if you had, it's really hard. Like this is just, like you have to basically catch him out of position on the Skyraft. Is like when he, which you did that on the Lotus. Like
Right.
before that,
Yeah.
probably like the only way you do it is like playing in the trees, and like you kind of like walk around to where you can get on top of him.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's really hard. So like over here, you just want to focus on last hitting the neutral camp. That should be
Okay.
your focus. You just want to farm. You get all the last hits that you can out of here. Like I think Lich got one, but like you didn't get any from there.
Okay.
Like here too is what you can do is like you have these creeps on you, is you can just pull them back over here to this wave, and then what's gonna happen if you do that?
It'll just push the wave for faster.
Push away faster exactly because
Yeah.
they'll have
Okay.
like one, two, five creeps, and you'll have three. So instead of just like
That's a good. That's interesting. Okay. I never. I thought of that. That's actually very helpful.
yeah, just it'll help you not feel like you're bullied because like the worst thing is like you're not even getting XP on like these creeps dying
Hmm.
here.
Yeah, it feels
That
bad.
that's like the worst thing. Like you're already not getting gold, but you at least want to get like full XP. So that's the main little stuff you can do here. But like I think like the main problem is just like the region. You not
Yeah.
having a region, you want to be able to like come to the lane with like full mana. So like your first two like W's, you're trading really well, and then every mango use is like gonna be extra effective. Because you're
Okay.
never getting able to get through any of this guy's resources in this lane just because of the way it started off on the wrong foot.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't buy more mangoes. That's an oversight.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And he got away. Yikes. Okay.
Yeah.
I never saw who actually figure out who stacked that camp. Actually, so like it's not always gonna be possible to make this happen. But like in a lane where you guys are like losing this hard,
Yeah.
you honestly block your own hard camp.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, like
Yeah, yeah,
it feels bad to do it yourself. Like that's something like your
yeah.
support, wants to do. But like honestly, like at your level, your support might not even know that's the right thing to do.
Okay.
So sometimes you may want to just tell them or do it yourself. Because
Yeah.
it's like this camp is like very very hard for you guys in this lane. Yeah, I think you just sort of like you get the first like trade out and you kind of back up. Because like you're so
Okay.
behind in this lane,
Hmm.
and I don't know how often you check people's items inventories as well. But
Not enough.
like not enough. Like the healing lotus and magic stick, it just has to be something that you
Yeah.
see it and you know that if you fight this guy, you're not actually killing him. You're just trying to bait
Okay.
his resources.
Yeah, that's something that I've been getting better at, but definitely not enough.
Honestly, I think like here too, I know you like really wanted the Skyraft kill.
Hmm.
I think you just hit the AM.
Okay.
Like you just like W right away. Cause like realistically, like he looks like he's really easy to kill, but like he has infused raindrops. Yeah, so like 338 HP. Your crush does like 150, and like he's at his tower.
Okay.
So yeah, like you're probably not gonna kill this guy Raph. And like we talked about this, he's 325. Like this is someone you never chase him. Like you don't even have
I
boots
see.
still. Like you never chase this guy, so you just commit everything just to harass him more. Basically, you're just trying to make sure that he can't farm, and then you're gonna come take the wave. In the first 10
Okay.
minutes, everything, all your decision making is needs to be based off of this wave.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Another time where he got away.
Yeah, he just barely got away there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like in this lane too, I think like you got like magic wand and raindrops before you got boots.
Yeah. I'm seeing the mistake.
Yeah, versus
I didn't
AM.
know, like, I didn't clock that Skywrath Mage would be running, like, moving that fast.
I mean, even like AM before boots, I think he is still like what is it, 110 or something,
Hmm.
and you're like 300. Like they're so faster than you, and it's just versus AM in general. I mean, versus range heroes, you definitely want to have boots, but like versus AM, it's like a matchup where you want to click him and then run away.
Okay.
Like you stack up your bashes, you like walk up W, you hit him, and then you walk away, and you want to be able to like do
Gotcha.
that quickly.
Okay.
I think that's pretty good for this lane.
Yeah, that's definitely very helpful.
Yeah, I consider like the laning phase like technically be over by like 7 minutes.
Okay.
But like I will say on a hero like Slardar, you're not a hero that really like rotates early. You're
Yeah.
you kind of like want to sit in your lane and like you kind of want your team to come to you.
Hmm. Like, get to a Blink Dagger for sure, so on a slow start like this, it feels like you're stuck in lane forever.
Yeah. So I think it's just hard in this game when you're like a hero like Slardar with a bad start. You just kind of have to like turtle back into the game and like kind of wait for them to make mistakes. Yeah. I
And
think
that's
like
exactly what happened, yeah.
yeah. So like this is like a good TP. and then you just go right back on the farming. So like you can like go twin gate. Let's see what you do. So yeah, I think like the one of like the main changes in the game now is like you can feel better about TPing to the other side of the map because you can get right back to your lane because with the twin gate. So you just go like
Definitely, yeah.
right back in, right back to farming.
Okay. You have to drill that into my brain more. I'm too old for the new mechanics, even though it's been out for over a year.
I understand it. A lot of people still don't utilize them enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, eventually, like you had the right idea. Like you ganked, you reacted, and you came back to your lane. You just
Okay.
took the long
Just
way.
slower. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think maybe I thought that maybe I could take over middle for a little bit longer, but yeah, you guys there pretty fast.
It is just hard to sit middle versus Quap on
Right.
Slardar.
Mm.
and and then like if you're middle, I mean like this game you're not doing a lot to stop the AM, but like yeah, if you're middle, you're not stopping the Quap from farming, and then you're also not stopping the AM from farming.
Right.
So you all at least want to be here to like put pressure on this lane, so he doesn't feel like he can just be here alone. Like Sky now, like because
Right.
you're here, Sky has to be here, supporting him as well, and he
Oh,
that's
I see. Yeah, yeah.
an option that they're losing on the map elsewhere. Okay, I think. Let me see. Kind of want to skip to maybe your first item.
I think I went the exact build that you were talking about. I'm not sure if you mentioned that because people watching it
I'll be done soon. Um, I don't think.
BKB into Axe.
Yeah. So I think the. I'm actually glad you said that. So the item build that I wrote
I
down
wasn't sure
here.
about I wasn't sure about BKB. Like it seemed like it was only for the sky, but then that was enough for me to justify it.
So I think in this game you actually go like bracer, like specifically you finish bracer, and then you go straight into your power threads, and then you
Hmm.
go soul ring, and then magic wand, and then blink
Okay.
BKBX.
Yeah, like Soul Ring, it's a hero. It's an item. Like I play a lot of Timber Saw, so you buy Soul Ring every game, and I'm kind of like it still feels kind of weird buying it on Slardar, even though I know it's very good. It's just kind of like out of my comfort zone a little bit. But did I buy Soul Ring this game?
No, you didn't.
I think I might have.
No, I think you went straight blink.
Okay,
Unless you got it after. Let me see. I could be wrong.
checking. Oh yeah, so I bought it after Blink.
Okay, so I think maybe you can get Soul Ring. I think on the like toward the Delaney build, I think he puts the Soul
Okay,
Ring after Blink. But I
okay.
think specifically versus AM, you want to have like that Soul Ring earlier.
Yeah, it was like it was the kind of one of those moments where I was like, I just need to farm as fast as possible for like 15 minutes, so I went for the Soul Ring, and then
Hmm.
definitely it would have been useful early on.
Yeah, this the Soul Ring also helps you farm a bit because
Hmm.
it gives you more sustain. It gives you the what two armor, I believe, two armor, six strength. So like you're
Yeah.
hitting faster, taking less damage, and then you have mana to actually like spam your W or spam your corrosive haste. You can actually like
Yes, definitely.
farm like ancients and stuff, which are ulti pretty fast while taking too much
Yeah.
damage. So that's the only other thing there, and then you get your blink dagger.
Is it is Soul Ring like pretty core on Slardar in your opinion?
I think it is pretty core. Like you can definitely like get away without it, but I feel like it's
Yeah.
pretty core, especially with your axe.
Okay.
So like, it just like it
Right.
synergizes really well because your axe gives you HP regen. So like you're never gonna be low. Okay, your HP
Right.
regen is super high. So like, you're basically
Yeah.
giving yourself free mana all the time. And plus the two armor is just really value for a strength hero.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Okay, what happened to this stuff here? Let's see.
Dyer's courier.
So you're just going twin gate. Why? What's your decision to come twin gate now?
I was gonna try to get back top to farm.
It's very awkward now because your PA came top.
Yeah.
So I think maybe because your PA is top, you just stay bottom.
Okay.
If he wants to
Yeah.
like trade lane, if he feels like he can't really farm bottom because he's versus the Axe, he maybe just wants to switch lanes, which is totally fine. I think
Nice. Yeah.
you lane better versus the
Yeah. I
Axe.
don't like honestly watching. I'm watching it, and I don't know what I was thinking there. Like I gave you a replay where I played pretty bad, so this lay into me.
No problem.
It was definitely
Do
one
you,
of those moments where I was like, "What the hell was I doing?"
do you want to do like a I probably won't do the whole game, but maybe like a 20-30 minute of a live game, or you want to just finish this replay? What do you think?
Okay, let's do the replay. Let's see the replay for today is great.
Okay. I know there might not be too much more in this replay that,
Yeah,
but we'll get what we can out of it.
sure. Yeah, whatever we can find. Like there's like if you're seeing farming pattern or like times where I need to farm more, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think just because of like the way the lane went, you're gonna be farming a lot here in most of this game.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Oh, you can talk about this at least. You got your blink, so you're looking for the first thing to do on the map. I like this play. I think if you're going to do anything, it's like the either going to be the enemy safe lane tower or the enemy mid tower, which is already gone. So I think like this is like
Yeah.
the option you want to play around.
Okay.
So like the next thing about taking this tower, like this would be the objective in your mind that you want to focus on is what do you need to make this happen and how risky is it?
Okay.
What do you think?
I think that we need to push the lane a little bit more, maybe, and see who else is showing on the map.
Yeah, so I think like you
Well, the
want
best would be to get people to come help, I guess. But
yes, exactly. You want like either your Lich or your Veno to come top, which your Veno probably can't because he's too low. So like your Lich would probably be the one person to ask Lich if he can twin gate. So like this is like the type of
okay.
stuff in game where communication can be very helpful if people are willing to listen. It never hurts just to
Right.
give suggestions out to people to ask, say, hey, Lich, we want to take this tower top. Can you please twin gate top? You know, and then maybe even
Yeah.
go extra mile. Say, Lich, can you please put a ward behind the tier one tower, so that way we can like safely siege this area.
Hmm. I see. Yeah.
So I think just trying to like gauge out what you can do is also not a bad idea in pubs. In pubs, you definitely can get away with a lot more, especially the lower MMR you are. As far as if this was like an organized team or a five stack, they're a lot more likely to like 5-man respawn to like stuff like this happening. But like in
Okay.
pubs, you know, you saw kind of like hero showing here, you see Quab going mid, so like this means that this is actually safe for you to take
Okay.
for a period of time. So like when the glyph comes out, I looked at this as a sign that people are looking at me. People are looking at this
Okay.
tower, and I need to be ready to get out just in case they do respawn here.
Okay.
But I see Quap is trading middle, not coming. So what I would do as well, you want to keep making sure no one's TPing, and
They were.
before I could even say anything, they were. So like
Yeah.
Quap's not TPing, but you haven't seen anyone here bottom in quite some time. So like what you
Yeah.
can do is like walk into like the tree line, and let's just go for free camera.
I think there's something that I need to work on as well. Is like in my head, this game since my lane was so bad, I was like, I need to take a few risks. Like we're so far behind, but like looking at it now, it's like 2K and Pango is well above everybody else, and like I did
Hmm.
not know that until right now.
Hmm.
I had no idea that Pango was that strong.
So like one thing you can do is just look at people's levels. I don't know how often you open up the scoreboard. It's actually
Yep.
better than just remuting people or flaming people for their KD. You actually can see people's levels on your team
Okay.
and see
Yeah.
enemy team. So he's level 12, and like the enemy mid is level 10. He's actually like 2 levels ahead. So that
Hmm.
can be a good sign. Do I have him pre-muted? What's going on
I
here?
don't like. I was gonna ask. That's funny that it shows that on there
Yeah, I
because I
don't
think
know.
I'm pretty sure I did mute him that game because he was like
Toxic.
being toxic. But it'd be funny if you did it as well at some point.
It's possible. You never know. Or he might just be like perma meter or something too.
Yeah.
But but
Yeah, that makes
so
sense. Maybe yeah, maybe he's communication banned or something.
that's true. So yeah, just looking at the level, so I can give you an idea that he is strong. So he is a good person or hero to play around on your team. And then that being said, it's like the TP spots people come in are like up here. So like
Hmm.
while you have like all of this kind of hitting the tower, you don't necessarily have to be the person hitting the tower. You can be like up here scanning the tree lines.
Okay.
Either up here or here. So either TP to this spot, there's like a spot here, and then they either TP like here, or like here in these spots. So you can try scouting that stuff out. Just be ready, because you have a blink dagger, ready to just blink away and run away if you need to.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, if you guys aren't dying here, and you're making all these people TP here, you're doing something good on the map.
Okay.
So like at least PA's farming, like you can't control what your team is doing. Unfortunately,
Right.
you got 2 supporters down here, which they're kind of griefing PA. They're just soaking XP. There's no reason for them all to be there. So
Yeah,
like
PA like they all TP top. PA has such a good opportunity to farm there.
yeah, so like one of your supports should be like defending the mid tower or something like that. But not too much you can do about that there. But I do like once like I said like I think trying to go top and like make pressure on the map is the right call. But you want to try to get your supports involved with it, get vision up there, and then make sure you're not hard committing on the tower, aka hitting the tower until unless you see heroes on the map. So like when you saw heroes on the map originally, you started hitting it and that was fine. Then they glyphed, and then you didn't really see anyone else again, and then you started hitting it. That was probably too greedy the second time after the glyph. So you kind of
Yeah,
glyph, and you can
I
kind of
see.
just chill.
Hmm. Yeah, then they all TP and maybe for no reason. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
And then my second death after that was just like a bit tilted, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
did you die just now? I didn't even notice.
yeah, like right after the tower, I TP middle and was farming and just got jumped on by all the same people.
Yeah. So it's wow, that's a nice kill. So it's like once again like you're wanting to make the right stuff happen in the right area of the map. You just need to have like your supports with you to kind of
Right.
make this stuff happen a little more cleanly.
Yeah, they're very fast. Like I know like their team felt very fast on like
A
the
TP
the
reaction.
reactions. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you, like even like I know like like I was probably like you hit legend not too long ago, so I know like the skill level's gone up quite a bit, but usually you don't see people react that fast.
Very fast. Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely they will do it. I mean, it can. It's a luck of the draw. You know, you get some good teams, you get some bad teams, you get some teams that just are all over the place, and then you get teams like this that like they're like in TI 12 coming in.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know. So what I will say is that there's always gonna be pros and cons to both sides. So like when they're uncoordinated, you can abuse more of the solo play potential, and when they are
Mhm.
playing more coordinated like this, you just have to fix your mindset of a cause and effect. You know that if you ripple one little thing, you're probably gonna wake up the whole ocean. You know, you're gonna just
Okay.
cause waves because they're
Yeah.
just trying to play as a team, and that's sometimes when you're doing that, the mistake is you're doing too much because they can't play a whole map. This map is
Yeah.
very big, you know, so they need to have people that are consistently farming, pushing in lanes, stuff like that, and not just always be grouped.
Okay.
So like here, I'm not sure if there was a fight, but like you can like go back to farming already.
Yeah. I really wanted to get the Switch Doctor, but then the blink was on the quap canceled my blink and just took longer than I thought it would. And then I ended up going in too late.
Yeah, it's just a very risky kill. Let me see where it broke out at. So yeah, it was a dive. Were y'all able to get anything off of the dive? Okay, so
Yeah, the
yeah,
PA died, and I feel like that is no really reason to be there after that.
yeah. So PA
The
died and
whole
then
the
Axe
win
died.
condition is PA for sure.
Yeah, your win condition is PA and then Axe died. Like maybe you were there. I think you maybe corrosive haze Axe or something. I think you got an assist for it at least.
Yeah,
And then you like, okay, fight is over. Like there's no more
yeah,
fighting to be had here. You just go back to farming. It just has to be your focus. Also with the same mindset of a they're always gonna be together. So you're just not doing stuff unless you see them split up actively.
right. Our strongest player is not there as well, so I should have recognized that.
Yeah, that as well. So like your main thing in your head right now should be like you need a BKB this game.
Mhm.
You need to not be kited. You need to not be maledict. You know, there's all this different stuff that's hitting you. You need to be able to get in and out of fights when you want to.
Right.
You also want to like look at your other cores and see what they have. So like your PA, like you said, is your win condition. What is
Yeah.
like the items that PA needs to end the game?
Definitely a BKB at minimum, and then I don't really know too much about PA, but I would assume like a satanic or what damage items does PA go? I think satanic, right?
Yeah, people go like Deso, Satanic, and
Yeah, it's true. You do see Desos.
yeah, I mean PA is like a dead hero. I don't even see the hero picked anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that definitely. So yeah, PA needs the BKB and then maybe plus one like item,
Yeah.
Satanic, Scotty, Damage Shot, something like that, right? To be able to close out the game, you need a BKB and you want your axe. You know that's like your main timing. Pango is already kind of like hitting his timing. Once he gets blink, he is like pretty strong already. But like you
Okay.
guys, you're still kind of waiting on your PA mostly, and then like I said, your BKB axe.
Yeah.
You're happy
Yeah,
to
Pango. I
like.
don't see a lot of Pangos. I definitely don't see a lot of good Pangos. So it was very. I opened
Mhm.
my eyes a little bit.
Yeah, no, Pango's a hard hero to play. I don't really play a lot of Pango myself.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think I've ever played Pango to be honest with you.
so I think like you're happy to show up to good fights. So that your mindset is first and foremost you're farming. Nothing's happening, you're farming. You already know like what's the timings you're waiting on.
I disconnected here because my keyboard, the number keys and escape keys stopped working. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, I've had that happen like I forgot what it was. I couldn't type or I couldn't
It's so
like
weird.
it was just like the weirdest thing.
That's the only I've been playing this game off and on for like 12 years. I've never seen that before. It was confusing. I thought my keyboard was broken.
Yeah, I think I maybe had it happen to me twice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I restarted the game and it was fine.
where's your player review? Okay, so we were just talking about how at this time in the game, you know, you're just kind of waiting for PA's timing. You're trying to get your BKB, and you don't really want to fight unless it's a good fight. That
Right.
has to be the thing that makes you fight. It needs to be a good fight, and it to be a good fight, you kind of want your Veno and your Lich and your Pango starting stuff already. They
Right. I feel like this is like a little bit of my inexperience because like I think Pango just knew he could get in there and like he
get
could
out.
probably escape.
Yeah.
And then me, I'm like, oh, Pango's in, I gotta help him. And then he probably, like, I'm pretty sure he started flaming me right after, and that's why I muted him. But I was like, I don't know. I've never played with a Pango that was this aggressive before.
Uh, I mean,
Yeah, he just
he
died
ended up
anyway.
dying anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just like a if you're not there at the start of it. I mean, even if you were there. So let's say that
Yeah.
even if you were there, if Veno and Lich aren't there, it's like not really a fight. Like you, for you
Right.
guys to like take a fight, it's like you want Veno to start with the ultimate, Pango ultimates kind of making disruptions happen, and then like you jump in there, Lich throws the
Okay.
chain frost. That's kind of like optimally how you want it to happen, because you want
Right.
Pango to start it so that way you can kind of see where the supports are and just run and jump on them.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of forgot that Pango is like most these days, so he could.
I mean, job for like roll. What the roll does is just makes people getting like tossed and slow.
Is it damage? Okay.
Actually, all appears school damage. So yeah, it definitely boosts that.
Do you buy like shard
I think you get it after blink if I'm not mistaken.
after blink?
Let me double
If
check.
you like, if you can maybe like blink or BKB, one of those two.
Yeah, it's like
Sometimes I'm
around like
just like hovering
this.
it. I'm not sure. I'm like, oh, I need this BKB so bad, but then like your farm just skyrockets when you have shards, so it's like I'm never quite sure.
I'm gonna give you a definite answer. 'Cause I was looking earlier. I know it's around like at the earliest 17-minute mark, and at the
Okay.
latest around like 27 mark.
I noticed on Pro Tracker it doesn't really tell you at what time people picked it up, so I'm never quite sure.
So it's like around the on average it says 20-minute is the average. So yeah, after
Okay.
blink, after
After
blink.
Blink, okay. Oh
hmm
yeah, yeah, I've seen that now in the core item build. Okay.
But I will say it can adapt to the game. So you kind of want to like know how do you feel like. Do you really need the BKB ASAP?
Mhm.
I think in
Yeah,
this game, I think you
this
maybe
game, yeah.
you get it like the shard after BKB. So like
Okay.
you can base it on how far ahead are you as well. So if you're behind, it's like you should just get BKB.
Okay.
If you're ahead, then the shard can be better because you're already like you're able to blink in and W and not die. Then you can get
Yep.
the shard.
Okay. And like yeah, like if you're strong enough where you're actually going to be using it, like getting a shard, blinking in, and then just not killing anybody feels really bad.
Exactly, exactly. So we got about 5 more minutes or so
Sure.
left in the hour. Let's try to wrap up. So think we hammered about this fight is just this is not a fight. Like you're in the mindset of you need your BKB, and if it's not a like really good fight, you don't even need to be showing up.
Right.
And like just all of that alone will make you have more farm. So like this is like another death. I think like a lot of these deaths we covered, a lot of them were avoidable, right? So if you're avoiding dying in those 30 seconds, 20 seconds, they add up to where like you're missing out on just so many creeps. So just
Yeah.
like by not showing up to these fights, you're just gonna be hitting creeps and you're just gonna have more net worth.
Okay. Yeah, this definitely like I realized pretty quick that it was a bit of a throw showing up.
Yeah. So like the to identify if you want to show up or not is like just try to think about once again win condition. How do you guys actually win this game? Is that your PA comes online and can actually carry, or like before like PA comes online, it has to be a you guys were like smoking. You kind of like want
Right.
to smoke and like run at them to start the fight on them and not the other way around.
Okay.
Because like if you just look at like your team, your Veno and Lich are going to what do they do when a team fight happens? They're just kind of
Venom
like
and Lich?
yeah, they're just kind of like standing out in the open,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Pango's rolling around. PA is either not there or waiting in the back to jump on somebody, and then you're kind of waiting to blink on somebody as well. So
Okay.
like it's very awkward if you start the fight from them initiating on you because of that
Right.
dynamic. On the other hand, if you're initiating on them, it's more of a Pango's going in, and then your Lich and Veno are in the back trying to cast spells, and then you're jumping in before they can jump on your supports. So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
like the main difference.
Okay.
And you kind of just have to think like that when you're playing Slardar as a offlane because you're not like a axe. You're not looking for a big axe call. You're not looking for like a ravage. You're not really a tanky frontliner type of guy. You're kind of like a semi carry, stunner, backline, do damage type of core, right?
Hmm.
So like the way you take fights just has to be more structured. Yeah, just have to have a
Okay.
actual game plan on what you're doing. So like you can also like if you're not going on this guy and the Witch Doctor, you're also like the guy that you're just waiting on the AM or the Quap to commit blink, and then when they blink, you blink stun them right on top of them.
Okay.
So like maybe you just kind of watch your support, you watch your back line, and then when they go on your back line, you counter initiate on them.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that usually they panic a little bit and they'll just blink right on the axe. It's just like not the right move at all.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not at all. Um, let's see if I have any closing thoughts. You have any questions or anything like that that's on your mind?
Um, I think that we pretty much covered everything that I was worried about. Like, just focusing a lot more on farm and taking better fights. That's something that that's definitely something I knew that I needed to work on, and it's getting better with time. Like for sure, recognizing that Pango can, like what Pango does is going to help a lot. I know that when Spirit Breaker had that change where he can just charge in and then charge out, I was constantly throwing fights because I would just blink in with them and then he'd be gone. So it's just a lot of adapting.
Mhm. Mhm. Definitely. Okay. Let me pull up something real quick. Give me just a moment. So I do have a what I call the red module. If you want to do another session in the future, I would recommend that we do this. Let me pull it up 1 second here.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I can find a better, less clowny replay.
Well, the next one will be like a more of a active live coaching. 1 moment.
Okay.
I don't have the best computer. It's running a little slow.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so like in the red module is kind of just based on the first 10 minutes of the game, everything as far as in the lane, win the lane. So part one is just the iron is what we call the iron wall. It's going to just be about creep aggro mastery. So everyone kind of knows what creep aggro is, but in that session we specifically go over like just mastering creep aggro in every type of situation, different matchups, and just how to play when you're ahead, how to play when you're behind, creep killing it,
Yep.
just the melee creeps to your range creep, and abusing the global aggro. So that's like the act one. Act two is about like the concept of the trading triangle. So like that's where you position yourself, the enemy core, and the enemy support to form a triangle where you can hit them, but they can't double team you. So like playing an offlane that comes very in handy because you're gonna be in a lot of 2v1 situations. And also with that, it's like all about resource management of like when do you want to buy armor versus a chainmail versus like a ring of health, a type
Yeah.
of thing. And then
Okay.
the
Yeah, that sounds great.
yeah, so that can be something that we do next time. What I will do for today as well, I will do like a little recap and send you like a little write up of just a little summary of everything.
Okay.
Dang, do do do. So, oh yeah, and there we go. Do have some closing thoughts. I remember now. Give me just one moment. Give me just one moment. Okay, so we gone through the replay using the three act structure. We saw about your laning phase. We saw about the mid game. We didn't really go to the high ground in this game, which we can do that more with a game that you throw. Since you guys, won this game, we don't really have to cover that so much here.
Okay.
Um, I do want, so we talked about some options that you can do differently in the game, and then finally I want to focus on the will. So, base on what we just reviewed, what is one specific thing that you're going to commit to changing in your next five pub games? If I was watching over your shoulder, what would you do, or what would I see differently?
I think I would definitely be more careful with what I was committing to, whether it be a fight or an objective, and be more aware of the surroundings.
Okay, so I wanted you to try to make it a little bit less vague. Try to give yourself a clear distinction as far as you're only going to show
Okay.
ups to fights
Okay, I got a
that,
better one.
yeah.
I'm gonna buy more and smarter regen so I can be more present in that lane.
Yeah, okay. I think that's a great one. I
Yeah, I like
think
that.
I think having the right amount of regen is like the makes or breaks lanes, honestly. Like especially for very hard matchups, where it's like a Jakiro and a Gyro. If you're not buying like three sets of tangos, you're not winning that lane.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's a very good goal.
Okay.
Um,
That's something I can apply pretty easily to every single game, so that's better, I think.
yeah, definitely. So after you maybe play your next five games, you want to just shoot me like a message or a screenshot of your matches. I would gratefully
Sure.
appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate what you're doing here too. It's super nice of you to give back to the community, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It's something I enjoy doing. I think it also just makes me a better player. I think
Right.
when you're actively thinking about the game and not just mindlessly playing, that's when you're really improving.
Nice, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and work on giving you a little summary write up, and I'll send that over to you. And in the future, if I ever reach out for a testimonial, I will greatly appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
All right, mate. You have a good rest of your night. You take care.
Yeah, you as well. Okay,
Bye
bye.
bye.